We began with the belief that we could give students a rigorous college preparatory education inside of a warm, loving learning community. If you made a list of the 100 best schools serving low-income kids across the country, non-selective schools, almost all of them are charter schools. And so people asked, could we make the magic of those small schools be fruitful and multiply? And so Uncommon Schools was born of both the desire to serve more students in Newark, but also the desire to create more schools that would have something to share with millions of students.
We are strong enough to step up. We are brave enough to move up.
We've recognized very clearly that more gets more. So we have to have longer days, longer years, more time on task with the kids. Every minute of the day has to be a moment of urgency. Dr. Martin Luther King said the fierce urgency of now. And that's the metaphor that we use all the time for our schools. Every minute has to be used for learning. So we found ways to make the days really efficient with lots of learning time.
What tool do we use to measure time, Jamar? Is the clock in the what? Clock!
Our expectation is more on the teachers than the students. What we've had for far too long are adults who have not been coordinated with each other in creating classrooms and schools and learning opportunities so that all students can fulfill their promise. So our expectation is that the adults will have 100% of the students engaged, on task, and learning. That the adults will create an environment where children are respectful. The adults will create an environment that is joyful.
Kindergartners, listen carefully. The answer is $19.
We use the taxonomy of effective teaching. So to be more detailed, no opt-out. So every student in every classroom, whether it's kindergarten to second grade, knows that we're not going to let them opt out of a question. So if we ask the question in instruction and they don't know the answer, we'll do another technique of effective teaching and we'll start breaking down the questioning. So every student knows they're going to be required to answer the question and be able to show what they learned in the class.
Norman is one of the smartest people I've ever met. He's always had his eyes on the prize for educational social justice and bringing social justice to kids who really need it in our urban areas, but he's also been able to think big. He's been able to not think about one kid, one place, one time, but to think about how we can impact a lot of children in a way that works, in a way that's successful.
One has to be awake to the miserable conditions in which many of our children are going to school. One has to be attentive to the achievement gap that's separating low-income students from their more affluent peers. But at the same time, one has lots of reason to be hopeful that we're moving in a really good direction to address these inequities. The presence of a new army of teachers and leaders who are aiming to close the achievement gap makes this the civil rights movement of our time.